Good morning. So today I thought I'd do something a wee bit different. I heard that of all the many great things you can find in Mostar, there's lots of nice mosques, lots of nice places to go for food, lots of great things to do in Mostar. But then I heard that you can find Bruce Lee in Mostar, and I thought, is that a fact? Okay, that sounds like a job for me. So I'm away to see if I can find Bruce Lee in Mostar, see if the rumours are true. As you can see, it's a miserable day. It's dreich, you might say. Absolutely horrendous day. But I don't have any much time left here in Mostar before we travel to Budva, so it needs to be now or never really. Hopefully, because of the weather, there's not that many tourists about, and so we might actually get some peace and quiet to do this. And hopefully, the wind doesn't ruin the sound quality too much, and hopefully the rain doesn't break my camera. So let's see if we can find Bruce Lee then, will we? Okay, so not far from where I'm staying, I've walked past this building a few times, but I've not really investigated it, and it looks like the kind of building that needs a bit of investigating. Let's look across the roads, I think we're okay. Run along. Okay, so I have absolutely no idea what this building used to be. There we go, we've got the Velez Red Army, 1981. I think, if I remember rightly, 1981 is when Velez won Guerrilla. Oh, okay, fair enough. I believe 1981 is when Velez won the Yugoslavian Cup, and it was a massive achievement from a team from Herzegovina. So I don't quite know what this building's all about. I don't know what it was. All I know is, oh, this guy looks happy. All I know is it's got these really interesting sort of carvings and stuff on it. But you know what, I'm here and it's got a roof and it's starting to rain a wee bit heavier, so let's go in and have a gander. Oh, there we go, this might be able to explain it. Okay, so something happened here when I was 2 months old. 1992, I was 2 months old when something happened here. I can't obviously read that. Fair enough. Obviously used to be a fairly important building. Oh, this guy's trying to buy. There's the old tiles and stuff. Now it's a bat Superman. Oh, hold on, this was worth the trip. That looks surprisingly cool. I never thought I'd see something like that. There you go. The artistry of the people around here never ceases to amaze me. See, got anything down there? Yeah, that's a no-go zone all the way. I can take a fair guess what happened here, based on the bullet holes in the side of it and the fact it's a literal bomb site. Let's go around this corner, see if we can get something else. Give us an idea what happened to this. Sorry, pal. Right. Lights on in this car, so let's squeeze by, nobody will crush you. You can't go in, that's probably a health and safety thing, which seems fair. Right, I will not be deterred in my pursuit. I want to see something here. Any indication of what happened here? Any indication whatsoever would be good. Wait a wee minute. Wait a wee minute. I think maybe you can see that. Maybe those are the faces of some of the people that were killed when I'm assuming a bomb hit it. Can't imagine why else there would be pictures of people there. Maybe that's what that is. Unfortunately, the faces of the folk that died when somebody attacked it here. Okay. Thought that was somebody not too happy at me there with my camera, but no, just a guy talking to his pal. So we're okay. No chain here though. The chain that was me that took that down. There's no way out over there, and I'm getting stared at a wee bit af people who don't seem to think I should be here, so maybe need to look into that a little bit further. That's just one example of the sort of devastation that hit this place during the Bosnian War. A shame, you know, not only the loss of human life obviously, but it was obviously a very impressive building beforehand as well. So anyway, let's move on. I'll tell you one thing, you would not want to get caught up in that on a bad day. I mean, I like the way it's still very blue considering the sky's horrible and grey. And despite the horrible weather, it's still a beautiful, beautiful city. But no, yeah, doesn't matter how good a swimmer you are, you don't survive those. Okay, so the weather is not letting up, which is a shame, but I have come across the Spanish Square here. Now I've walked past Spanish Square a few times. As you can see, there's the old school behind me that I spoke to you about. I say the old school, people still use it. But I haven't really stopped and properly looked at this before. So I'm going to do that just now, because I think I probably should. So from what I gather, this is a memorial. They seem to have covered the actual names of the guys up with flowers this time, which is, you know, it's good that people are still laying flowers for them. It's very good, in fact. It's nice touch. But there we go. So let's just get this guy's name. We've got Arturo Munoz Castellanos. There's no this wee thing's the new sound, I think. You wouldn't think I lived in Spain for 3 years, would you? Castellanos. He died May 13th, 1993. Okay, well I don't want to move the flowers out of the way, obviously, so people wouldn't think I'm stealing them. So this is a memorial, basically, to the Spanish soldiers, I'm assuming, who, during the war, they came to basically help the Bosnians. They helped, along with the Hungarian soldiers, they helped rebuild Stari Most. They helped to defend people as well, I gather. And so this entire square, which would look a lot better if there was daylight around, obviously, or sunlight I should say. There is daylight, even if it is grey. This entire square was built to dedicate to them, which I thought was a very nice touch. And plus it's a nice wee place. There's memorials to lots of different people in Bosnia. They seem to be very thankful for the help that they got. And whilst I'm not entirely impressed by some of NATO's actions in Serbia, when you look at places like this, you understand why something had to be done. Generally speaking, I don't really condone getting involved in other people's internal affairs because it's seldom done for a good reason, but this might be one of the occasions where decisions had to be made. You can see by the tree there how terrible the wind is. Right, it's an abandoned building. This was on my map. I'm going to go and have a gander at this as well, see what the score is. Well, there you go, it's a nice wee tribute to the Spanish soldiers who put themselves on the line to try and help other people. Something that maybe isn't spoken enough about. But anyway, let's go over to this other place. It's an abandoned building. It says it was a tourist attraction. So I don't know if that means I can go inside. I mean, I hope so, that'd be kind of interesting. But it looks as if it's fenced up. I don't know what's very touristy about that. Right, let's get across this death trap of a road, probably. Scary building, that one as well. It's obviously, you can see all the bullet holes, bomb holes all over this building too, but that's a definite no-go. That's folded up. Still see on this house, it's still, people are still living there, I think. You can still see all the holes on the side of that one as well. Now this was the front lines. I mentioned it the other day when I was talking about the school there. This was the front lines during the war, so it was hit, sure. Hit quite badly, as you can see. Right. This must have been like an old entryway, and yeah, it's locked up. Too many tourists gone in and hurting themselves maybe. No entry for people there. And they're doing a bit of construction on the road as well, so I'll stay away from that. But as I've mentioned this a number of times now, but I really enjoy the fact that the people have taken it upon themselves to basically try and make these old places look a bit better. By putting their artwork on it. That's a nice wee saying there. We're all living under the same sky. That's quite nice. And they've got it in a couple of different languages as well, I think. I'm assuming it means the same thing in all these languages. Oh, sorry pal. And that guy's road. Right, so can't really go inside, as you can see. I'm not Spider-Man, and it is the middle of the day. So maybe at night, and I was feeling a bit ballsy, I could risk it, but hidden ambitions, it says there. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Let's go around the side, see if there's maybe a wee bit I can sneak in. I don't really want to go right into this because, you know, it's a death trap. Came here looking for Bruce Lee, and I've found a lot of different things that are worth mentioning, I think. There's some very impressive art and a massive puddle that I need to try and navigate somehow. Right, there we go. We did it. As you can see, I've wore the wrong shoes. They are not built for the rain. But my problem is, I was stupid enough to come here without winter shoes, so I need to go and buy some at some point. Some of this artwork's phenomenal. It's really, really impressive. Is that a wee entryway over there for me, is it? I don't know if it is, to be honest, but what we got here? Now that's written in Spanish, so I probably should know what that said, but I don't. Oh, it's a cat. Right, wait a minute then, how are you allowed in here and I'm not allowed in there? How does that work, pal? Discrimination against humans, that's what it is. Let's see, can you see through here? Oh, he's away. I've scared him. That's for sure. For sale. I think you might have a hard time selling that, to be honest. As you can see, it's blocked off pretty well. They're obviously determined that nobody gets in there and injures himself, which is fair enough, you know. I can't tell what it used to be. I mean, I'm going to guess. That is just a guess. Couldn't find much information. Maybe it used to be a residential area, maybe it used to be an office block. It's tough to tell. All I know is if I was going in, I would not be going into those rooms. I can want to imagine what lives in there now. But anyway, we're here to find Bruce Lee. It's just difficult when you walk around places like this. It's difficult to kind of ignore some of the devastation that's around about you, you know, and how people are doing their best to try and make it a bit more visually pleasing with like I said, their nice artwork. Oh, there we go, look at the hobo gang. Hands up. Oh, look at the hobo gang, that's great, fair enough. I've heard of worse gangs. Oh, can't see what that is. Oh, there you go then. Right, I think Bruce Lee might be in here. He's supposed to be in the park. So let's see if we can cross this road. Take that side. That guy's coming at a fair pace. Get on. Okay, we're good, we're good. Right, so we're in the park. Alone, because nobody else is daft enough to come to the park in this weather. I don't really want to go in the grass, but I suppose, nah, I'll go in the grass if Bruce Lee's in the grass. But apart from that, I'm not going on the grass with these shoes. They're already soaked right through. I'm going to have to go and find somewhere to get coffee or tea or something. Trying to find a normal cup of tea in these parts is an absolute nightmare. I haven't had a proper cup of tea since I left Spain. It's really quite upsetting, to be honest, but there you go. Right, Bruce, where are you, pal? I don't think Bruce wants to be found. He's hiding from me. Hiding from me when there's just two people in the park. Where are you then? Let's go around this way. That looks promising. Looks promising. Well, wait a wee minute, I think I can see him. Might be onto something here. Might be onto something. Is that him in the distance? I can see. I think it might be. Right, let's go and find him then. I'll be honest, even though there's nobody here, it feels a wee bit strange as a fully grown man. I'll say fully grown, you know what I mean. Walking round near kids' play park with a camera. I'm always very paranoid about that. Loads of dodgy people about these days. You can never be too careful. But we're here for Bruce. I think I can see him in the distance. Oh, I've got another couple of park goers. Looks like they're smart enough to have umbrellas, unlike me. I just came here with a camera and a mildly amusing idea. There he is. There he is, there's the boy there. I'm gonna have to go in this grass. socks are going to be soaking. Ah, righty. Right, well, I just need to grin and bear it. Oh, look, my feet are soaking already. There he is. There's Bruce Lee. There we go. I've still got absolutely no idea why there's a statue in Mostar to Bruce Lee. Did he come here at one point? Who knows, right? But there he is. Bruce Lee just doing his thing in the park. What a guy. I can't believe I found Bruce Lee in a Mostar park. What a weird thing that is. How do you even explain that? No idea. Absolutely none. But it was worth the trip in the rain. So. But you know what? I think I could go and find another couple of things that are interesting. Except that wee cat that's looking at me, wee ginger cat. Alright, so we found Bruce Lee, but I think I could go and find some other things as well, so let's go and do that. Right, let's get off this grass before my feet end up too wet. Alright, what else we got then? Is that an Easter egg? This park is the most random thing in the world. What's going on here? You get Bruce Lee with a pair of nunchucks, and it looks like in the distance there's an Easter egg. That is an Easter egg. What's alright, okay. That wee statue there as well. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna. Don't know what that is. I'm interested in what this is. Right, quickly. Ah, there we go. A random Easter egg for some reason I still don't really understand. This, I don't know who designed this park, I don't know who decides what monuments go in it, but okay. Very inclusive as well. That's always good. That's always nice. Right, okay. Get myself off this grass now. Right. Get the brush head back for it. Let's see what else I can find on my freezing cold day in Mostar adventures, but like I said, there's less tourists about, less people to be talking crap behind my camera whilst I'm trying to speak, less people staring at you. Oh, that's always a right, there you go, that's how you know you're in a big city. Random graffiti. That is. You should see the amount of that stuff you see in Rome, by the way. If you've ever been to Rome, the first thing you'll notice is just the amount of dicks people are willing to draw on things. But that actually goes back quite a few. It actually goes back thousands of years. The Romans, you know, when you think of Rome, you think of the Romans. They used to do stuff like that all the time. They loved graffiti and dicks on stuff for some reason. I don't know what that was all about. I'm sure Freud would have a few theories, but yeah. Just before I leave the park, probably the most useless and inappropriate use of a sprinkler system I've ever seen, considering the weather. I mean, why would you even waste the water? Never mind the energy. It's been raining all day. been raining all night and they've still got the sprinklers on. Ugh. Ah well, never mind. Okay, so I think I seem to have found an anti-fascist monument, if I can read that. Anti-fascismo, that's that, it's got to be right. For the monument to anti-fascists. Oh, that's a bit of a touchy subject to some people these days. Unfortunately, it's right next to a busy road, and if there's one thing I know about drivers in this country, is that they absolutely love to toot their horn at each other for no reason whatsoever. So, we've got the plaque there, and we've got the actual monument there. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't know whether it's a hand or a flame. It looks as if it's maybe not finished yet. That's why that bit looks brand new and the rest of it doesn't. Maybe during coronavirus they had to stop a little bit or whatever. Ah, there you go, a monument to anti-fascism. In today's society, you say anti-fascist and some people get really upset for some bizarre reason. Ah, there you go. It's a strange wee memorial where half of it looks new and half of it looks old. That looks like well, it looks like bullet holes, doesn't it? So I'm going to have to assume that bit's been there a while. Maybe they started reworking on it and coronavirus came and they couldn't continue to work on it. But that bit there looks very, very new. And this was not on any of my maps or anything either, so I'm gonna assume it's been here a while. Obviously it kicked off in the war, then they started rebuilding it and maybe coronavirus started. I'm gonna guess that's the story. I have no idea, there's no information on it whatsoever. Apart from that plaque that I can't read. Okay then. Onwards with the rest of my journey. Okay, so managed to find myself a wee restaurant or bar or something like that to try and get myself some tea. We went for coffee, but tea's safer. Tea's always safer. I haven't had a good cup of tea in a long time, so let's see what he's going to provide me here, the guy. I should probably get this jacket off as well though. As my granny used to say, you won't get the benefit of that when you go outside. Nah, that's pretty much it. She was right though, she was absolutely spot on. I don't think I'll lose the stuff in the pocket. Thank you. Thanks. Righty, so we've got it. Looks like I might burn the face right off me though, so I'll be very careful. Oh aye, I'm going to have to leave that a wee minute. But anyway, come in here. Needed to heat my hands up a wee bit. Need to get out of the rain. Need to get my glasses on and covered in water. Probably should have brushed up on some Islamic phrases before I came here, I think. But you know, you live and learn. Okay, I think this might be safe to drink. If I burn myself, you know I was wrong. That's the stuff, by the way. Normally I drink a tea with a bit of milk, but I don't really like to ask to bastardise the man's tea with my Northern European ways of doing the tea. I know in the rest of the world they don't really put milk in the tea and don't want to offend somebody. You know, it's actually very, very nice. Very good. Oh, that's hit the spot right there. Might grab another one, to be honest. I'm gonna look at that number, I'll look at that menu, the more tempted I am, but I need to get back on for dinner later on. Coffee's going to be cooking up a storm, hopefully. we need to get rid of all the food before we leave, so aye, just gonna enjoy this. Enjoy being out of that horrible, horrible weather as well. Oh, British probably gonna pay for this then.
Не траваме ниšta. Не je to.
£2 for a tea, pretty good value. It's about 90 pence, give or take. Get my change back. Salam alaikum. Okay, so I've had my tea, I'm feeling a lot better. Tell you what I do, I want to try some of this baklava stuff I keep hearing so much about. I don't know if I like it. Something behind me, an absolute car coming. I want to try some of this baklava stuff, so let's see if we can find somewhere that's got some. I think we might have just found the place. Baklava shop, that's probably a good sign, right? Okay, so I successfully found myself some baklava. The girl behind the counter was nice enough to explain it to me. Sounded good, so I went for it. Okay then, taste test. You know something, that's actually alright. Don't know if I could eat too much of it, but that's really, really good. Wow, I'm gonna have I don't know how to describe it, it's just like very sweet. But it's hard to cut into, but it's wet. I'm describing this terribly. Try it yourself, it's pretty good though. It's got walnuts in it and stuff, and just an absolute ton of sugar. So I'll be bouncing off the walls later. But aye, this was a good investment. Top drawer buying, Daniel, top drawer buying. Aye, that was brilliant. Not sure I can make much more of it than that, it's very, very sweet. But aye, that was definitely worth the £5 I paid for it. Need to try and get some more of that at a different time. Okay, that baklava was absolutely brilliant, really, really enjoyed that. It's not for everybody. It's got like nuts in it and stuff, and I know some people are a bit funny about that kind of thing, but that was really good. So, it's been a good day. Found Bruce Lee in a park. I got some tea for the first time in months. And tried some baklava. Now I just need to try and walk down these pebbles, or the cobblestones, whatever you want to call them, without breaking my neck. They are very slidey. So I'm going to go away now. Going to try and get another video done today, where I'm going to try and tell a story to the best of my ability, a story I believe needs to be told, and that was done a bit of research, and not a lot of people seem to be willing to tell the story. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try my best, and hopefully the next video where I talk about a hero here in Mostar, a guy who us in the West don't really know much about, and I think that's a bit of a crime really that we don't know about this guy, because he was a very selfless human being. So that'll be my next video, my way to try and do some of that just now. See you later.